Hey everyone, welcome to your numerology scopes. My name is Christine Mourier, and this is something that I do for you guys every single month. It's the video itself is going to be about 20 minutes long. It's a brief overview of what's going on in June. And for all of my numerology peeps, my diehards, the written up do's and don'ts list, along with very clear marker directors for business, personal relationships, personal aims and goals, finances, and all that kind of good stuff that makes up the zhuzh of our life, is over at 12listen. And it's on my homepage over there, you guys. That's 12listen is my home away from home. I work with a fabulous group of intuitives and astrologer. I'm like the token numerologist over there. So worthy of your time to go visit. And everything for the numerology scopes on my personal bio page is free for you. All right. Again, this is my love gift to you and my gift of service to you. I also have a YouTube channel. I'm using it right now for, well, it is my artist page. I'm a musician. And I'm uploading a lot of classical pieces right now. It's a project that I'm working on, an album, a classical album. And if you like what's going on over there, just hit that subscribe button and you'll be apprised of any new releases that I have coming out, okay? So, June, let's talk about June. This energy, this sixth energy, how I describe these yearly and monthly jags is this is our community, our global community terrain that we're running through. And we're in a 9 global year, and that is the marathon run that we're all spending 12 months moving through. And these monthly runs are like little mini sprint runs. And our global community is going through a 6 energy in June. And 6 is a sign, the imprint, the body of information is about community and being a visionary inside of that community. And this is kind of a complicated conversation to have, that it's really important that we have it so that you understand it. Within visionary ideas of how you feel inside of yourself, you can see bigger pictures of the long-term vision or goal of pretty much anything: relationships, business, ideas, your career, people, and parents who are 6s. The 6 frequency reminds me a lot of the Cancer energy. Where they're incredibly empathic, deeply caring, and also can see the ultimate, like, beautiful arrival point of somebody growing into maturity, right? And who they are as that emancipated version of themselves, if I'm talking about a Cancer parent. However, in that beautiful vision, or the word and, not but, and in that beautiful vision are these exquisite, idiosyncratic, weird, bizarre, whoopsie-doodle mistakes that people make because we're human, and we're based in communication, and sometimes communication isn't clear, or maybe the filter isn't there to completely understand the explanation that is coming from you, right? So mistakes happen, happy little accidents, weird turns and of events, things go unplanned. The best laid plans all of a sudden take a weird twisty turn, and you land up not where you thought your vision was initially intended to go. That is the first half of this sixth frequency that all of us are experiencing in June. The most beautiful things happen due to accidents and the unexpected. And with that, there is an absolute requirement that we embrace those accidents, these whoopsie doodles, these spilt glasses of milk, to be the most perfect alignment of the greater vision that you have, whether it is for work, whether it is for a human being that you are in relationship with, or something personal to you with your best laid plans, right? That this is the best right thing for your vision. The balancing factor here is kind of tricky, but I know that we all can do it. Part and parcel of that balancing factor is perfectionism. There is beautiful perfection in imperfection. And because we're all based in community, and that community has roots in helping each other and supporting each other and being present for each other, therefore, it is best for us to relax into this idea that, for the most part, people are doing exactly what they need to do in that moment for themselves. And that oftentimes they're doing the best they have with what they've got, right? That's kind of the golden rule around 6. 6 is the number of the community leader. And community leaders roll up their sleeves and jump in the muck and the mud and teach others to do for themselves with a very clear set of explanations for how to do this, whatever this is, and also someplace completely relaxed in that moment of the asset that you're giving, which is your time. And assets come as tangible or intangible, and it's both are what we're going to be experiencing moving through June, that we will be sharing our assets, tangible and intangible, as well as finding the patience to allow mistakes to happen. All right, it's just written all over everybody's directives, and we want to have grace with ourselves. You think about I use this analogy for the 6 all the time, because 6 can suffer from perfectionism on a really deep, intense scale. And that's akin to, there's only one, it's akin to cleaning a bathroom with a toothbrush. And if that's what you're going to focus on, it's going to take a lot of time, right? To clean a bathroom, top to bottom with a toothbrush. At the end of the month, you will have just a tidy bathroom. That's what you'll have. Don't do it. Just don't fall into perfectionism. And so what I wanted to say about that is that it's rooted oftentimes in the mind, where the mind starts to grind and it starts to move in a way that is difficult to unwind from. And that mind that's moving so fast is actually connected to the deep critic inside of yourself. And so what you're actually doing is you're just beating yourself up through this process of not being able to let go of, there's one way to do this is the only right way to do this. And that's a suffering point that the collective yous out there are going to bump up against. And to have grace with yourself because that's not doing you any good, and grace with the people that you're bumping up against. This one point, there's only one right way to do that, or oopsie doodle, I didn't make that phone call, or I did make that phone call, but I made it to the wrong person, and now this is happening. It doesn't matter. The different variations of how this is going to show up are going to be mind blowing to a lot of you. And it's this wonderful path towards collaborating with people. And by default, with your openness, what this produces is a new type of deepening. It's a deepening of connection with people, and a deepening of, is this a word? Symbiotic. I want to go symbiotism, but I don't think that's a word. Symbiotic connection. It's just a deepening of connection. There's grace in understanding. There's grace in accepting each other and loving each other exactly where we're at, as we're continually front loading this vision for the future, which, you know, in business, in personal lives, across the board, it doesn't really matter what I'm talking about, because it still comes down to relationship. And 6 is being a leader inside of community, which means being a leader inside of relationships across the board. There's a huge payout for all the 6 pinners out there, by the way, later on down the road, where people will be coming and saying, thank you for what you did for me. There's so many, but that's not what this is really about. What this is about this month is you guys just relax and continually hold on to the vision, but relax around how it's supposed to roll. You can have a big, broader vision around it, but lean into, with curiosity, these little happy accidents that happen, all right? I think that's about what I'm going to say about the 6. Yes. And for every single personal year, there's a personal year inside of your numerology chart. It comes from the day and the month of your birth, added together with the global year, all right? So each one of you, I'm going to run through this quickly, really quickly. It's going to be like the elevator run through of 1 through 9. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, go over to 1, 2, listen, and the how-tos are written out on my page under Christine Demorier. Just go click on my page and it will tell you exactly how to figure out what your personal year number is. These directives are powerful to-dos and powerful to don'ts. They're boots on the ground action directives. And I promise you, because I've been doing this for 20 years now, it's got the bang for the buck that you need. And you'll look back and you'll say, I am so grateful that I read that thing, because that moment showed up and I could have made that decision, and I'm so grateful that I didn't, because now it's here, the results are here. And again, it's sitting around business, personal aims and goals, your relationships, and the zhuzh of 3-dimensional life, that we want to be successful inside of life, right? This 3-dimensional life that we're in. All right, so 1 pinners, you guys, your combination is the 6 energy, and that is the terrain that everybody's running through. The tool that you have in your toolbox, this lesson, this is the lesson that you're trying to integrate, is 7 energy. 6 plus 1 is 7, all right? 1 pinners. 7 is about opening of your heart and trusting the wisdom of your heart enough that you are able to speak that wisdom and share it with others. This is going to be something that is deep and challenging, and for a lot of people working with the 7, it can feel overwhelming and kind of scary. It's the number of the mystic, it's the number of the lawyer, monies, and it's also the number, so highly intellectual, and also there's this deep truth that sits inside of the quiet of who we are, that knows that the only thing that really matters is unconditional love, and to be able to let that pipe up into how you're processing and thinking, and then finding the courage to speak it. That's it, babies. All right, there's more in your write-up. Twos, the frequency that you're dealing with is an 8, and that number is around the utilization of power, abundance and power. And so you will have ample opportunities to experience your relationship with assets, whether tangible or intangible. You guys, what I mean by intangible? Tangible is money, stuff, time. That's tangible, right? Intangible is it sits around. Oftentimes, it can be virtues. You know, your integrity or your depth of compassion and kindness. That's an intangible asset. Okay, so you will have ample opportunity to share with others in a way that is not depleting to you, and you will be challenged by that. Is this depleting to you, tangible or intangible? And are you, how tight is your grip around, if I can't let go of too much, where's the balancing point? The 8 frequency is abundance for all, and and abundance comes power and abundance and recognition for all. And that means that there's an endless flow of that. And we need to get into a healthy relationship with that. So you will have that beautiful experience. 2 pinners. 3s, you're dealing with the 9 frequency. The 9 frequency is trimming the tree through the month of June. And this is all going together with what I said about the terrain we're running through is 6. Each personal year, 3. The experience you're going to be having is the 9 frequency. That's termination, that's endings, that's trimming the tree, that's cleaning up what no longer serves you in across all areas of your life. What behaviors, patterns, relationships, ways of doing things don't serve you anymore. What items in your house, in your business don't serve you anymore. What needs to be recycled? That's what you're going to be focused on as you're thinking about integrity. And 9 is the omega to the alpha 1. What is integrity and action, reaction, response? How am I responding to this person or this situation? What would love do? What am I doing? Honesty, integrity. It's a tough number, I'll tell you, because there's no places to hide. Okay? Yes, you're in that mix, guys. 369 is a powerful combination. Go read your directives. 4 frequency, you're dealing with a 1 energy. And that means you have got to get your creative ideas out onto something solid and tangible, like a piece of paper, like a game plan. And then you've got to find the courage. I'm so strongly encouraging you to find the self-assuredness and belief in yourself, the moxie in yourself, to boldly go where nobody's gone before and just drop it in, all right? This is a month where you can bring new ideas into your life that were not there last month. And I know the opportunity was kicking in and you could see the path. Now you just got to do it and have the self-confidence to back it, even if nobody quite gets it. That's not really the point, right? Independence, autonomy, creativity is the 1 frequency. That means 1 is 1. It's not 2, it's 1. So just behave accordingly and you get your creative juices going, you get some things moving. 4s, I get this 4, 1. Okay, 5s, you are in a 2 frequency. 2 frequency is the art of diplomacy. This is this balancing factor about cooperating with others and learning about how to effectively cooperate with others in a way that is mutually beneficial, meaning you're a part of the equation. The two frequency has to get over the experience of overgiving. In overgiving, whether it is tangible or intangible assets and resources, if we overgive, we withdraw, and then we disappear. That's not the point. There is a communication factor that is a part of your journey, 5 pinners, to clearly articulate how much you can give and when you're done. And then either delegate it out or say, peace, babies, I'm out. I'll catch you tomorrow, same time. There's a balancing factor in giving and overgiving, all right? Because it's a highly intuitive number. It's just as psychic on steroids. Use it. That's why it's called the art of diplomacy. It's diplomatic relations. It's negotiating in a way that is, this is what I am able to give to you. Side note, you guys, don't lead with what you can't do. This drives me crazy for all conversations out there. Even, twos especially, though. Lead with what you can do and leave what you can't do off the table. Lead with what you can do. 6s. All right, you guys, buckle up. 6, you guys, and I'm in a 6 right now. The frequency that you're dealing with is 3. And 3 is about feeling deeply. Again, massively sensitive on an unusually, high octave scale. That the job and the goal is to utilize that for your own personal ideas. It's a creative number. It's bubbling with joy. If you let it be bubbling with joy, let it be what it is naturally, organically, in its emancipated state is supposed to function in our lives as. And then let that bubbling of joy move to all areas of your life, how you're spending your 24-hour period every single day. Let it feed into your various projects that really excite you, and even those that might not excite you completely, but you still are in it. So let's make the best of it, right? And then here's the trick. Speak truth from there. Speak truth from there. Only from there. That's authenticity. That is inspiring others to do the same. And it is bubbling with joy and truth. There's no wiggle room around discomfort. It is this catch around who we are as, just the most beautiful spiritual being that's having this beautiful nutsball thing called a human experience and really falling in love with life. So go read your directives. That's what I'm gonna say. I just would be doing this all the time, which I did before all the time, and I just have too many other things that I've got to get to, guys. So go read the directives. Okay, where am I at? 6, 7s. You guys are dealing with a fabulous 4 frequency. I can kind of just take a breath for you after what I just said. 4 is about structure and systems and orders and showing up on time and making sure that you are not skipping a step with anything that you're building. It doesn't matter what area in life that you are creating a foundation that's going to serve you for a very long period of time. You're not skipping steps. You're making sure that you're talking to people if you need some help who can help you establish those steps that are actually professionals in that field. That's been their focus, their bogey, their commitment in life, and you're getting your any aid that you might need from the professionals in that way. Okay, Don't skip steps. That's all this is about. And I think honestly, the seven's going to just really appreciate this, because the being in a 7 year, it can get a little heavy. It's the year of the mystic. And so that is just something that a lot of people struggle with, because a lot of it is internal. This is now, thank goodness, this is stable, this is foundational. It can kind of bring you a little bit back more into the mundane movement of day in and day out living. Great. 8, you are working with the 5 frequency. I always tell anybody that's dealing with the 5, has the opportunity to lovingly embrace the 5 frequency. It is nothing short of buckle up, Sally, because things are going to change. And if you watched last month's video, you got a good solid dose, an idea of what this 5 frequency is all about. So the pieces that you've put into place are going to go through this rapid opportunity of launching in areas that are going to take off. Business, it's great for business. And for the 8-5 combination, it's fantastic. Your job is to pretty much say yes to anything and everything that comes your way, okay? And to be proactive and to lean into opportunity and be super curious about what's the catch that's going to support this moving forward. Because 5 is about freedom, and the freedom to go and do and be. When that takes off, what freedom needs, it needs a solid catch to support it. So you want to look at how is this going to be supported moving forward, all right? It's also a month where there's travel that's involved. The warning I have for everybody, for the 5s, is that you just got to watch your tongue, and careful as you go not to blow up relationships or business partnerships that you will regret later on. Because it can be hot, it can be fast. In the 8-5 combination, you really got to be careful with your tongue. Roll your tongue in your mouth 10 times before you speak. If you're feeling that bubbly up, go remove yourself and pull yourself together so that you can stay diplomatic, you can stay the course, and don't drop any matches where it's an unintentional knee-jerk reaction, all right? But have fun this month, because it's going to be fun. 9 frequency, you're dealing with a 6. Double 9, double 6, right? The 9 pin is in a 9 global year, in a 6 month, and your experience is 6. And so basically what I'm going to tell you guys is, please don't fall into perfectionism. Please just keep that head just in grace. Have grace with yourself, 9-pinners. Grace with yourself. Just easy. There's such a massive opportunity here for the 9-pinners to be able to create a community bond that, let's say, this is all going to be about community, which means it's all going to be about relationships and relational health. Obviously, you're going to be going to other people. People will be asking for your help, and you're going to go. It just doesn't matter what somebody needs their puppy watched, or it just covers everything. However, what is also here is long-term old relationships that might need some attention on your part. And the job is to let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism comes also in how we have analyzed the past, and it has its own little perfect category. of like, yeah, here's this, here's that, here are the players, here's all the choices and decisions that they made. This is the problem. Now you're locked in the past, and there's no room. That relationship is living in the past, and there's no room for there to be a relationship in the future, because you see, perfectionism is working back here, and you've got to do your best to kind of, you know, step away from that in a way and say, all right, there is a future. I'm in the present now. What is it that the potential future can hold? But you can't do anything if you don't go in there and have that conversation, have that interaction. And there's a handful of those throughout this month for you guys. The opportunity to open up and explore. And I'm only suggesting that it is definitely worth your time and your effort for one reason only. It opens you up to letting go of something that more than likely you guys has just been heavy on your heart, and to have a new experience and not having that heaviness there anymore. Just nudging you in that direction. All right. Again, you guys, that all write-ups are over on One2Listen. If you need to talk to me, that's where you can talk to me through one2listen.com. All right. As well as any advisor over there who I highly recommend. They're all phenomenal intuitives and seers and healers and all that kind of good stuff. I adore my family over there. All right. Okay, so you guys, this is it for June, and good luck. Know that I'm always here for you, and I'm sending you tons of love and support. We can do this as a global society, and also in our communities. We can love better, we can do better, we can be leaders that we wish to see in the world, and we can front load love. We can, because that's really, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? Bye, everyone. Big hugs.